I mentioned one of the things we did this week. The Judiciary Committee held a powerful hearing outlining the importance of passing legislation that will help eradicate the scourge of human trafficking in this country. I commend you, Mr. Chairman, and Senator Feinstein for holding the hearing, Senator Klobuchar for her aid on that, and others. Both sides of the aisle made clear from their members the commitment to passing meaningful legislation, not only to help existing victims of human trafficking, but to help protect those in the future who all too often fall prey to human trafficking. The children who have run away from home or are homeless, and so often they are forced into trafficking. We heard from a brave trafficking survivor about her experience of being walking prey after she ran away from home. All four senators who testified at the hearing are supporters of Senator Collins and my bill, the Runaway and Homeless Youth and Trafficking Prevention Act. Our bipartisan legislation was overwhelmingly supported by members in this committee just 6 months ago. So there's no good reason why I should no longer receive that same support, but I understand that Republicans on the committee now have concerns about the anti-discrimination provision. And Senator Cornyn, who has the right, would not agree to include our bill in the manager's package. I hope there's going to be a way to come to agreement on this important anti-discrimination language, because Senator Collins and I will insist on our bill being considered as an amendment on the floor once what is reported today is brought up for consideration. I support efforts to combat trafficking and to protect all victims. And I'll continue to work with the authors of other trafficking bills and with Senator Collins to make sure our trafficking provision receives a vote by the full Senate. But now, importantly today, we're going to be voting finally, on the nomination of Loretta Lynch to serve as our next Attorney General, following an unprecedented delay by my friends in the Republican Party. I say unprecedented because I've been here 40 years and no Attorney General has ever had to wait this long for a vote. Her nomination is listed today for the second time, should be reported today. Loretta Lynch is a superb prosecutor. She's prosecuted terrorist cases. She's prosecuted people in the government and out of the government. She is a prosecutor's prosecutor. She's earned the respect and admiration of both Republicans and Democrats. I think of the people who testified, some who had complaints about the Justice Department. I asked everybody who testified, whether called by Republicans or Democrats, I said, is there anybody here who would oppose her confirmation? Raise your hand. And those of you who are there, remember, not a single hand went up. Her father, the Reverend Lorenzo Lynch of North Carolina, who stayed throughout both days of testimony for his daughter's nomination, is here today. Reverend, I know how proud you are of your daughter. I want you to know how proud I am, because I also told her when I talked to her after the hearings, one of the thrills I had that hearing was meeting you because of all your efforts during the era of segregation and civil rights era, and I admire you for that. Ms. Lynch has the support of law enforcement and the civil rights community. Got numerous letters and statements from individuals and organizations in support of her nomination to serve as Attorney General from both Republicans and Democrats. Not a single witness who testified opposed it. Now, she testified before this committee for nearly 8 hours. She responded to nearly 900 written questions. None of the men who preceded her were forced to go through all those questions. None of those men were forced to do that. It's unprecedented, but she answered them. The committee should approve her nomination today so the full Senate can confirm her without further delay. I hope the senators will base their vote on Ms. Lynch's long and laudable record of public service and not cynically use this process as an effort to curry favor for the next campaign. Our nation's top law enforcement officer deserves no less. She is superb. The committee is also finally turning today the nomination of Michelle Lee to serve as director of the Patent and Trademark Office. It took forever to get there, but she has strong bipartisan support. I hope her confirmation will be taken up swiftly. And I thank you, Mr. Chairman.